Hi, Andy here. Welcome back to 54 and Wanting More. Today I'm going to share something personal and real. Why I quit alcohol, sugar, became more disciplined with exercise, not just to lose the fat, but to gain something far more important, my self-respect. So I'm sitting here drinking my coffee in Stannick Lakes in Northamptonshire. Absolutely gorgeous day. And normally I would go back to the office and do my little chat with my tripod and everything there, but whilst I'm sitting here I thought I'd make a start. So I think the main thing for me is the question that I'm going to ask you is the question that I asked myself at the time. What does it take to say that's enough? What does it take to say that's enough? And that was the standpoint I got when I glanced into my rear bathroom mirror and saw my back with literally 3 ripples of fat. Now, okay, some of you are watching this and thinking, oh, for God's sake, Andrew, get a life. It's nothing, you know. But I used to be a fitness instructor and I've been fit all my life. And when the menopause hit, everything started to change. And I didn't like it. And I'm not the sort of girl to accept it either. All those excuses and all the excuses people were giving me, they were completely valid. Oh, don't worry about it. That happens when you get old. And anybody that knows me, I'll say, I'll old you in a minute. Or, yeah, you know, your metabolism's slowing down. That's what it is. Yeah, I know. But that means I'm going to have to work harder. So, what was it that, or have you had anything in your life where you've had to turn around and say, no, that's enough? And then what did you do? Because what I did, I took action. There was a moment, maybe you've had one too, where I looked in the mirror and barely recognised the woman staring back at me. I was tired, sluggish, carrying weight that didn't just sit on my body, but felt like a burden on my mind. My confidence was low, my mood was unstable, and worst of all, I'd lost my spark. I realised I was using alcohol to unwind, sugar to comfort, and skipping workouts because I was too busy or too tired. But deep down, I knew these were just excuses. And those habits, they were stealing my energy, my focus, and my self-worth. Got my approval. Quitting alcohol wasn't easy. It wasn't difficult either. I didn't have a drink for 52 days straight, and now I drink a lot less than what I used to, let's say. I knew that I had to stop numbing myself if I wanted to feel vibrant again. I wanted clarity, not just in my mind, but in my decisions and in my goals. Yeah, I mean, just drinking for drinking's sake. I wasn't enjoying this glass of wine at all, but I was just drinking. Wasted calories, wasted energy. I mean, we all know alcohol is a poison, right? It's a poison. It's as simple as that. We don't need it. It doesn't contribute anything to our health at all. But after I sorted the drinking out, the next thing was the food. So it was all about cutting sugar, but I love my food. As you can see from these videos, I absolutely love my food. But I love healthy food also. But sugar was the next thing, which was a toxic relationship. Always gives you a quick fix, doesn't it? And then it crashes you into guilt after you've had something sweet, and you feel bloated, and then the brain fog comes. Once I cut it, I saw the difference almost immediately. My digestion, my energy. I was like removing a weight which I didn't know I was carrying. So then it was all about balancing my healthy food. So I got back into my fish, eating what I wanted to eat, not just eating everything I can eat. Yeah. So it was focusing on the healthy food options and making that bit of extra effort. I love my fish and I love my healthy food, but it does take a bit of extra effort to prepare. So you just have to do it. There's a discipline. There's a discipline with not drinking so much. There's a discipline with eating healthy food. And there's a discipline with exercise. Not punishment, not extreme exercise, but consistent movement is key. I do my yoga every day. I mean, that is religious to me. But I knew I had to do something a bit extra. And that's why I joined a gym. I knew I had to do something that was going to give me a good, positive and quick reaction. And lifting weights is key for menopausal women. I know that, but I need to lift heavy. So me and the other half, we joined a gym. And I showed up even when I didn't feel like it. We do 3 times a week. And because I realized every drop of sweat was a promise to myself, I matter, my health matters, my future matters, I stuck with it and I started to see the results. Yes, the fat came off. But what I gained, that was the true transformation. I gained strength, not just physically, but mentally. I had increased energy and an inner peace. My mind was more at peace. So you're not your mind isn't worrying all the time, thinking about how you feel, what you look like. You don't sort of have something and then feel guilty about it afterwards. Because every time I honored my body with movement, with clean fuel, and with rest, I sent myself a message. I am worthy of this effort. You are worthy of your effort. And when that respect returned, everything else started falling into place. So, if you feel stuck, overwhelmed, or like you've lost touch with who you are, start here. Start walking. I love walking. Cut the noise. Choose yourself. It won't be easy, but it will be worth it. Because when you strip away what no longer serves you, that's when you finally come home to yourself. The results were there. Thanks for listening. If this resonated, don't forget to like, share, or comment below. You're not alone, and your comeback can start today.